Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Silver 17 here, and let me first, like usual. I don't know, this picture does not paid video. Alright, okay, so this is technically a what if Deku was the reincarnation of Hollow Ichigo? Basically, though, it's gonna be Hollow Ichigo right off the bat. Like, he has all the memories of Ichigo, and the only reason why is, Hollow Ichigo is getting reincarnated is because the King of Soul Society asked Ichigo if what would he like to wish for. So, and Ichigo wished for his hollow side to have a life, a human life, and that was the reason why this is happening. Also, in this version, All Might is gonna be his stepfather, but he's gonna think he is, he's gonna become a villain, and he's gonna have a little sister called Zumi, and she's gonna think he's a monster, for a while, but she's gonna regret it and try to work on their relationship along with All Might after he gets into UA. But it's gonna be, crossover between Bleach and My Hero Academia. So yeah, also Hasashi is a part of the Kurosaki's family, like future generation. So we're just gonna, give this quick explanation. Um, So yeah, I already told you about Ichigo. He makes that wish. So Ichigo dies, but he also asks somebody to make sure that they will unleash his spiritual pressure, his spiritual energy to when he's older or when somebody of the Soul Society finds him. And he teaches his sons and daughters, which he has with Otohime, you know, how to do keto, and there's like a ceiling for sealing their spiritual pressure. So that's what they pass on. Hasashi marries Inko. They have Halo Ichigo. But they call him Ichigo Kurosaki because they want him to have his name, and plus, well, they know about the yellow eyes. He's a hollow. He still has the hollow and the white hair, and just that's all he has: yellow, white hair, and yeah. Also, Hasashi dies. He had spiritual pressure and a quirk. Haruichigo is gonna have the spiritual pressure, and his quirk is technically gonna be his mask. So, um, yeah, I forgot to mention I don't own these pictures. I meant to say. So, he's gonna have this mask. All right. So yeah. Also, All Might is gonna be his stepfather, like I said. But I'm just gonna say this. Inko and him had a fight. He All Might always did see him as a future villain, and the users of One for All kind of didn't like it. So they kind of when All Might wasn't 100%, there. He was really tired of because overwork. They technically took control of him, because Halichigo at the time was called Zuku. I mean, they talked to him, told him about the quirk and all that, saying that we can give you the quirk, but you just won't get the power. You'll basically be getting it when we think you're ready, and that's it. He, accepts it, and he eats the hair. So, yeah. Also, it's like 3 something in the morning, and I'm just taking care of the fire. So that's why. Also, I know I need my sleep. It's almost Christmas. One more day. And I gotta make a freaking Toya Todoroki. Also, I'm doing technically an inverted Bakugo what if. if you don't know who inverted Baku is, he's much more kinder, less of an angry Pomeranian. Also, Izuku Midoriya is we calling him the angry dog. Well, I may call him something angry something because that's what he's gonna be like Bakugo. So yeah, Izuku Midoriya and the inverted is a Bakugo. Also, they're villains. I can literally have him betray the villain school and make him be a hero on the freaking side, and it's gonna be the most funniest thing ever. I think. Cause he'll no, I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much. Anyways, yeah. So also and so that happens. You know, All Might doesn't know this. Well, Toshinori doesn't know, and Inko and him had a fight because of Toshinori said, we should just abandon him. He'll become a future villain, and I don't want him to, hurt this family. So that's why Inko divorced him and followed him. Izumi called him a monster for the first time. He didn't really care. He put on the mask and boom. Spiritual pressure is rising and they're having a hard time breathing. Also, he can literally take out All Might when he was freaking 7 years old. When he had the mask, so yeah. Also, there's gonna be different stages to it, so don't worry. This isn't full power. Also, I'm not gonna mention the ships, but it is a two. He's gonna be dating two girls at once, and those like I have sometimes. Well, I had I'm just gonna say one is Rukia, and I know about what happens in probably the manga. I only know the ending of the anime, and I know probably it was gonna be Odahime Ichio was gonna marry. So yeah, I don't care because I'm making it Rukia being Hollow Ichigo's girlfriend, with somebody else, which someone suggested. So yeah, but anyways, that's enough of me explaining. All you gotta know is All Might was a jerk. He got freaking left because of it, and his kid went with him. And Nico's been taking care of him all by himself. And she's still the same Inko as she was when we saw her when Nezuko was 4. So yeah. Anyways, though, they found out what his real name is. It's Ichigo Kurosaki, not Izuku Midoriya. Also, he put Bako and a couple of kids in a hospital with a stick. I'm not kidding. He can use the hollow abilities pretty easily, even putting spiritual pressure into it. And it's only like a little bit. He only do bursts of it, so yeah, they got wrecked. Anyways, this is what if Deku was the reincarnation of Hollow Ichigo, part 1. So, we're going to the day of the anime. When Bakugo says, "Hey, Teach, don't lump me up with these, extras." They're probably going to be to some, I don't know, some D-lister or C-lister hero. And I'm going to be the only one that's going to UA. If, as he look over at Ichigo, he says, if a certain somebody with white hair and yellow eyes doesn't, get in, or try to get in, and then, well, Ichigo just looks at him and goes like, "That's me, I'm trying to get in." He was like, "Oh, crud." He goes, "Yeah, Bakugo, you're gonna get wrecked just like you were when we were kids." He goes, "Oi, don't ever freaking mention that again. I was in the hospital for at least a couple of weeks because of you." It was like, yeah, it's not my fault your bullying was so stupid. Also, Aunt Mitsuki was freaking pissed at me. Until she heard the reason why I did it, she got pissed at you, put you in the hospital for another week. And Bakugo just says, "Don't remind me. I hate you sometimes." Is it, Ichigo goes, yeah, whatever, angry Pomeranian. That's their relationship. I'm making it. They act like friends/brothers sometimes. And the teacher, tells him to settle down. So, anyways, what happens is, okay, just to let you guys know, if you hear someone like they're whining, that's because it's my dad. He has really bad carpal tunnel in his hand, so he's not really getting much sleep. But anyways, yeah, so basically, at the end of the school day, not Zuko, I'm so used to it, but, Ichigo's packing up. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, he has met a couple of souls. He met a girl, he told her about Soul Society, that she needs to get to it before the Hollows get her. And someone came and, put her in Soul Society. And he's just been protecting some spirits like Ichigo did. With their grave sites from people. He's put some people in the hospitals. The police don't freaking care. They just let him do what he does because, well, they were disrespecting a grave. So, well, not like, how like in Bleach where it was like people have flowers in a bottle and such. Yeah. I call it like those. I just call them graves because it's memorable, and I see graves as you remember somebody. So yeah, sorry if anyone's offended by that. But anyways, yeah, he just kicks some people's butts, put them in the hospital. The police don't care. And yeah, so Baku comes over. He was like, "Oi, Ichigo, you want to come hang out at the arcade, or you're gonna go back to training?" It's me training. Well, see, I'll catch up with you then the weekend. All right? He goes, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Come by the house. My mom misses you. You haven't been there for a while." I was like, "Yeah, I know. Trying to train with my quirk is a real pain in the butt, Anyways, see you around Bakugo. I was able to do like a little bit of a handshake, and he flash steps out of there with his bag. The other bullies that were in canon kind of look at Bakugo, and then he was like, "What?" He goes, "Why are you in front of him?" He goes, "Because he's powerful. He's pretty chill. Also, he has this wicked, crazy laugh when you piss him off, and he's about to beat your butt." I mean, he sometimes is right. You just need mostly instincts to fight. That's all that matters. As well, he just leaves there. You guys are just going like, "Yeah, but still, he's kind of crazy. I mean, you were just kids, and yet we weren't match for him." He goes, "Yeah, even now I'm the match for him, and we spar sometimes." I mean, I nearly got knocked out because of I overshot a attack, which one of the guys looked at Baku was like, "Are you crazy? He can literally kill you in a second, probably." He goes, "Yeah, whatever, extra." So yeah, anyways, we're going back to Ichigo as basically he arrives home, and he goes, home sweet home. It's still the apartment. And, Ichigo walks in. He goes, "Mom, I'm home." And he goes, basically in the living room, goes, "Oh, sweetie, how was your school day?" He was like, good. Bako just said, don't let me up with these extras. Hold on. Alright, everyone. I need to tell you something. I had to go upstairs in my room because my dad, was awake and he told me to go to bed. And I'm not going to bed till I finish this video. And it's only 3:37 in the morning. Life, right? But anyways, so as I was saying, and basically Baku did his speech a little bit differently. And he just told Inko. Inko just says, "Baku is really," he goes, and then he interrupts her and says, "Overconfident?" She goes, "Yeah, pretty much." But he does say, well, he does have a point. Some people's quirks I already, looked at. They do have some use, but in a fight to the death, they're useless. I'm sorry, but they're useless. As Inko looks at him with a little bit of anger, but she knew. Also, she knew because Hasashi told her about like how there may be a child that we have that may have, yellow eyes. His name will originally be Hollow Ichigo, and they're like, huh? And he explained about Ichigo Kurosaki, and saying, my great grandpa asked us if we have a child with yellow eyes and name him Ichigo. Alright, so, Inko knows who, he was a hollow at one point. She knows the whole entire story. He has all of Ichigo's abilities, so he even has the Quincy powers. I'm even giving him able to freaking summon out the freaking, bow, the bow and the arrows. A spiritual pressure, the Reishi. And just, along with it, he can use Seros but, just like a Zanpato still, so, yeah. It's really weird. I'm making a combination. Hollow Ichigo. So, yeah, but basically, he says he's just gonna go and train for a little bit, so he's gonna be back in about maybe 2 hours or so. Depends. She says, alright, just be safe. So he goes and trains, and he's walking out. He's about to walk out. I mean, he just runs downstairs, and then when he gets to the kitchen area, he looks over and he sees Inko about to cook. He goes over and hugs her, says bye mom, and just runs out. Inko has been nice to him, so he's gonna be acting all sweet and kind. Which she just says bye honey. So yeah, but she does see a picture of she basically looks at account some people have a board where you put pictures and such on it. So she has a picture of her, Toshinori, Izumi, and Ichigo. By the way, Izumi was born Izumi is 3 years younger than him, but she was born right before his birthday. So a month before his birthday. So basically, she's 3 years, but she goes to 2 years. So basically, he's 13, she is 11 right now. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. I mean, I just want to let you guys know that, just so you guys don't get confused. And what happens is, All Might did try to give her the power, but for some reason it didn't, go with her right away. He says maybe it's just a late bloomer thing happening. It would get it eventually. So yeah, but while Hollow Ichigo is, while Ichigo's just started walking, he basically just starting to hear Nana Shimura, the first user, the second user, the third user, fourth user, fifth user, all the users talk to him a little bit. They ask questions and such, and he just goes, yeah, being a hollow, you gotta eat other hollows and other souls. It's really a pain when you get this. It's real pain though, but hey, it's what you gotta do to survive. It's a eat or be eaten world as a hollow. As they understand the backstory, so very well, not really well, but only vaguely well. To know that he's not a bad person. He's actually a pretty good kid. So yeah, so basically though, he's walking past a area where there's a kid's soul. That's just they're usually just around, all the time, because the animals he just watches the animals go by and the birds and such. As then he basically sees, and he sees no one. He goes huh, I wonder where that kid is. Oh well, maybe he just went to a different spot. As then he hears the kid scream. As he looks, and basically he just rushes right over it. He has a wooden sword. He took swordsmanship class, I forgot to mention, but yeah. He runs over to the kid screaming, as then he sees a hollow. He basically has his mask on him always, so he's about to put it on, as all of a sudden he sees a black butterfly. He goes, no way. A Soul Reaper? I guess this is gonna be an easy job for them. As, the kid goes right behind, you know, Ichigo. He says, Mr. Ichigo, come on, we gotta get out of here. He says, don't worry, kid. Soul Reaper's here. He goes, what? As then, the Hollows basically gets destroyed. He goes, see what I tell you. It's basically the bad guy, the bad creature's dead. As when the Soul Reaper lands, Haruichu just smiles until basically this person turns around and he sees the face, and it's Rukia. A little bit older, and he was like, wow, man, she got she got like a lot more beautiful. He thinks to himself, he goes, man, maybe I could do a little bit of teasing. She's basically noticed that that Ichigo's looking over at her, and I forgot to mention though, his hair is long now. Like, really, he has long hair. He basically, tie it up, I guess. But it's somewhat similar to this picture. If you can see, is how far his hair is long. But yeah, he just kept his hair long. It's white. He has yellow eyes. So Rukia sees him, and basically, she's wondering if he can see her. As she's just walking over, he's just standing there, like, just pretending he's thinking. As she basically looks over at him, and she looks like a kid, and just, like, over at him again, just, like, wave her hands right in front of his face. And then he goes, yeah, what do you want? And then she screams and goes, like, don't give me a heart attack like that. He goes, like, sorry, beautiful, didn't mean to do that to you. She goes, what? He was like, yeah, you heard me. So, what you doing? She goes, killing hollows. It's my job. Also I need to send that kid to the World Soul Society. Like, okay. Am I in trouble or something? Because you acting like I'm not supposed to see you. She goes, you're not. He was like, well, I did. Anyways, kid, nice knowing you. Have fun. And bye. As he flash steps out there. She was like, what the? And, he goes, like, it basically says, I hope Mr. Ichigo's alright, out loud. She goes, wait, what? So she's confused even more. And, Ichigo lands in a back alleyway. And he goes like, well, overshot my jump. Oh well. So he walks out of it and just, here's some commotion happening. He walks over there until he hears an explosion, and then he just starts running. No one else sees the hollows but him. So they're like wondering what's happening. They think it's an invisible villain and such. Rukia, during this time though, did take the kid, and she's been focusing on trying to find Ichigo. But his spiritual pressure she cannot sense, but unlike most people in the living world. And then she felt, the ratio of the hollows, as it's only more than one cell. Yeah. And, well, what happens is, when she gets over there, she sees Ichigo just staring at them. He's just clutching his fist, and he's just thinking, heroes, they can't even do this job right. As, basically he looks over at Rukia, like, he knows Rukia is there now. As he looks over, she goes, I got so many questions to ask you. As she sees, like, multiple hollows, she sees a kid, thrown at explosions in random areas, and, well, she's now I'm getting tired. And she sees Ichigo just stand there. She was like, "Are you thinking about rushing in, head first without a plan? If that were you, I wouldn't do that. That would be the most dumbest thing ever." And then she noticed the mask right on his left side. I think he grabs it. He goes like, "Sorry, but stupidity is mostly what I do." And then he puts it on his face, and she can feel the spiritual pressure rising rapidly. It's hard to even. It's hard for the people around him to breathe besides Rukia, because they're making her like a vice captain, like second in command. So she's like going like, "What the?" As then all of a sudden, a sword is appearing out of thin air. You know, it's the black sword, that Ichigo has. After he says Bankai. Ooh. Sorry. So she's like, "That's Ichigo's," and he goes, "What? You're just gonna stand there? Or are you gonna help me kill some hollows?" As then he basically disappears. As Baku's about to get hit by one, all of a sudden he sees the arm with a hollow. It's like arm comes off, and well, he's wondering what the who was as he just see, but he does see a guy in a mask, and he saw the mask. He goes like, "Ichigo," and the guy just like cuts off the other arm with the hollow, and then just next slices both legs off and cuts right straight up into the head, killing them easily. Baku. Baku then asks, "What are you doing? These are, you, people." As then he sees the person, well, the hollow evaporating. As he goes, "What the?" As Ichigo just says, "These aren't people, they're monsters. I'll take care of them, don't worry." As then, he basically kills them off very quickly with Rukia's help. She basically says, "I got plenty of questions to ask you." As he basically jumps up in the air, though, and all of a sudden, he says, gets that tensho, but it turns into just a pure light base, which. Sorry. It's like blinding people, just of energy, a bright light to blind people. And as he disappears. But, Rukia was able to get out of there in time to see where he was going, so she followed. And he was like, "Man, that was a little bit too easy, but still, multiple people, hard to just take down at once." As Rukia appears, and she just says, "Okay, no more running. You can't answer my questions." He goes, "Alright, since you chased me this far." And she goes, "Alright, first off, what is your name?" And he just thinks about it. He goes like, "Doesn't really matter." But then he has an idea. He goes, "So, did Ichigo ever tell you about a other side of him?" Rukia says, "Of course. It was a hollow version of him. Turns out it was actually his Zanpato, which kind of is a strange, recurrence." And he goes, "Yeah, but hey, the mask is still on the side of his face and such. So, he still has his Zanpato out, but in the Bankai form." And he just starts spinning it. He goes like, "Well, it's quite interesting to know that, but hey, it's kind of funny." And she does say like, "How did you know?" Because I know I said it. I made him said Ichigo. He goes, "Oh well, the name's well, the name was Hollow Ichigo." She goes, "Wait, you mean?" As he says, "Bye," as he runs, does a front flip, and right when he's like, about to fall, he just flash steps out there. Which Ruki goes like, "Darn it!" And she, had track of the spiritual pressure, but it's gone now. So it's like, she doesn't know where he is. She goes, "When I find him, I'm gonna make him hurt, pay for this." She basically just leaves, goes back to Soul Society to give a report. Her job was done. So yeah, but anyways, he basically goes to his Ichigo basically goes to his training ground, but he texts his mom saying he's gonna take a nap because he already did some training. An hour later, he wakes up and just gets home. So let me just go over the next 10 months. Um, well, he does a lot more training with his abilities. His Sero, his abilities with his Flash Step. This is all in like the time of the first month. But back at Soul Society before this, Rukia reported to Baki, not Baki, Bakugo. He reported to Byakuya, and she, said about how Ichigo as he grabs his sword and reports to the captain, the head honcho of the captains, as he asks for special permission to go to the land of the living and to the Urahama shop. Urahama shop? I have no idea. I never could ever be able to pronounce it right, but hold on. The Urahara shop to get a body, a soul, like a body to, so he can control, like they have in Bleach. He's still around. He's still around. So, he says it's gonna take some time, but we'll be prepared in a month for you to go. He says, all right, I will, get everything prepared. Even he knows about, Ichigo's requests. But there's a funny thing about Ichigo. Ichigo's still around in this. He still is alive. But in Soul Society. But hold on. Alright, I'm back on, but yeah. So, during that month, that's what Ichigo did. And, yeah. So, sorry if this is rushed a little. I'm kind of trying to get where I wanted to be at because I made this video before and it just suddenly stopped on me for no reason. So, yeah. But anyways, so, as excuse me, as he goes, just training more, making sure his swordsman tricks are better, along with him be able to do a get to the Tensho even without having the mask on. He's still saying it's not good enough. I'm not strong enough. The seal. It's annoying. As then he hears, he goes, as then he hears somebody goes like, it's been a while, huh? As he remembers that tone of voice. He looks back and goes, Byakuya. It's been a while, hasn't it? He goes, Byakuya says, yes, it has. I still owe you for that one attack you said to me. He goes, well, I mean, it's when I first showed myself to you. And you asked, who am I? And then I said, as then he interrupts, says, I have no name. And he was like, hey, don't steal my line. As both of them just start laughing. And so he was like, I wonder how long it's going to take you to come here. So, what you doing here anyways? As, how Ichigo just pressing, swordsman strike. As Byakuya says, I'm here to release the seal on you. He goes, wait, what? As he goes, yes, I'm here to release the seal on you, so that way you can use your power. He goes, sorry. But he goes, alright, how are we gonna do this? Blood, just simple hand signs. As he just says, oh, it's easy. As he just says, keto something number. As he says, release. As all of a sudden, his spiritual pressure, skyrockets. Just suddenly, bursts upwards which surprised Byakuya. Sorry, but anyways, surprised him. He's thinking, what tremendous power. I have to be careful. So Byakuya asks him to spar with him, for the next like 9 months. So that's what how Ichigo does. So the day of the entrance exam, this video is gonna be short because I need some sleep. I'm starting to get tired. So yeah. So the day of the entrance exam, he goes in confident. He doesn't, he wishes his mom. He said goodbye to his mom. He just basically flashed up to the place, and he's confident he's not gonna trip on no rock. So Iraq and him don't meet. But he noticed somebody there, as he sees a girl with black hair, a little bit short, and just, having having a little bit of an attitude, like, where is he? He's late. And then basically he goes like, is she waiting for me? So he walks over to the girl, like, are you okay? Is everything all right? She goes, you're late. He was like, I'm not late. I'm perfectly on time. She goes, whatever. So you're the hollow version of Ichigo. He was like, yep. And you're here because of Ichigo made a wish for you to actually have a normal life. He was like, yep. Have you? Nope. Are you? He was like, yep. We're done. Because I need to hear this. That's coming up real quick. So as President Mike does his thing, and President Mike does his thing. He doesn't interrupt him this time. So basically, it's Rukia and Ichigo. Ichigo are in the same area, or Hollow Ichigo. So, well, everyone gets changed. His mask has his quirk, so they can't stop him. But they don't know about the sword summoning thing. But yeah. So after that happens, they go into their final test, and well. Sorry. But Rukia, says, don't hold back. And he goes, yeah, whatever, Ice Queen. But she got pissed off, and he goes like, chill. Come on, just chill already. She goes, I am chill. As the doors opens up, and he was like, yeah, sure you are. As then he just starts running off. While the robots again destroyed very easily. And, well, near the end, he has around like 250, which All Might is trying to figure out. Ichigo Kurosaki. Also, his sister Izumi's there. He doesn't really see her that much, but she's there. And he's almost been wishing Izumi good luck. He's been giving Izumi a life that a future hero is gonna like. So yeah. So basically, Izumi's there. She's taking on robots, but she's having a hard time keeping up with Ichigo. Basically, he's starting to get tired. Well, not tired. He's just starting to get a little bit bored. That's when the 0 pointer comes in, and Rukia has been taking down the robots with her ice. So yeah, but she does get caught underneath the rubble. She's trying to get it off. She's also screaming for help, as no everyone else is running, including Uraraka and Izumi. As then all of a sudden he just run. As basically Ichigo is just running up. He's thinking to himself, "These guys are such idiots." As he puts on the mask, and he basically no since I did have Byakuya unlock his spiritual pressure, so basically all of a sudden the Zanpato appears as he puts the mask on, as it starts changing into basically the Bankai version, as All Might saying what the, as what happens is though, the robot's foot's about to step on Rukia, where he just appears and hold it up with one hand, and he goes, "You all right?" She goes, "Yeah. What about you?" He was like, "I'm fine. This is nothing. Just a little bit of annoyance." As Sero is forming his hand, and she goes, "What the?" He goes, "Die." As then Sarah blasts, he blasts, blasts the robot as the foot and a little bit of the robot, basically destroyed. As then he puts up the sword up in the air with one hand. As Ruki goes, "What the?" As the spiritual pressure is rising and around him. As she's in shock, and he says, "Get to that Tensho!" And he slashes down, and it destroys the robot. Which everyone's in shock. And he just basically, gets rid of the rubble off her. All Might just doesn't know what to say. Then he remembers what, Izuku said. And, well, now he's kind of a little bit mad. But it's because of he realized he could be a hero. So he's mad at himself. But he's not. He's gonna try to talk to Izuku. Izumi doesn't know who he is. Basically he's like carrying Rukia over to like everyone else. He puts her down. Right when Kazuhiro comes, and he says, "If we get into UA, let's talk to each other again." As then he flash steps out of there, and he's back at home. His Inko asks, "How do you think you did?" And he was like, "I think I did all right. You never know. I could have failed, but hey, I'll just try somewhere else. Or I'll just do the whole vigilante thing. It doesn't matter to me." So after that, Inko and him basically just hang out, talk. He basically works out a little bit. And then, yeah, and then he gets a acceptance letter into UA, and it is only. Oh yeah, I forgot the written portion. He aced it. Anyways, so basically it's hold on. As in, it's only Nezu. As he explains what he did and how he did it, it was really impressive and all that. They're basically giving him the top score, and it says that he's going to be the next future hero somewhat. So yeah, like they believe in. Okay, because they did see the math people who like next future hero and all that. Yeah, Nezu, basically says, "Welcome to Your Hero Academia." Like basically, like saying like how Ichigo was basically thinking they believe in him and all that. So that's it. Sorry this was like really rushed. I knew my dad was gonna come down sometime and tell me to go to sleep too, and I'm just starting to get tired now. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't get much sleep. I know I'm a heart. I don't know if what I have. Well, all I know is when I'm tired around. I can be tired at random times during the night. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay safe out there, everyone. Anyways, bye.